Hello, we are Group 3, and this is our urban planning project for Damaso Alonso Plaza. Our proposal focuses on transforming an elevated and disconnected plaza into a safe, accessible, and socially active public space, especially oriented towards families, children, and caregivers who use the surrounding facilities on a daily basis. At the city scale, the plaza is surrounded by some important urban allies, including schools and libraries. However, the plaza currently fails to connect with the surrounding elements. At the neighborhood scale, we observe that the area is mostly residential, with very limited ground floor activity. This lack of active uses strongly affects how the plaza is perceived and used. Throughout observation and analysis, we identified several key social needs. The plaza is elevated, which creates physical and social segregation. This condition disrupts natural pedestrian flow and makes its space difficult to access and visually disconnected from the street. There is also an absence of everyday users, mainly because there are very few activities or services around the plaza. Most people only come intentionally rather than passing through it naturally. The lack of visibility from surrounding streets and the absence of eye on the street reinforces feeling of insecurity, and especially for parents and caregivers with children. Throughout some surveys, we've noticed most people feel the plaza is isolated and don't cross it if it's not on purpose. Two buildings play a crucial role in understanding the social dynamics of the area: the Arahma Mosque and the Gaston Castello Social Center. Both host daily activities for children and teenagers. However, once these activities end, children usually leave the area immediately, and the plaza remains empty. Our project aims to change this behavior. Our proposal starts with a clear decision: lowering the plaza to street level. This simple but powerful action reconnects the plaza with everyday life and removes physical barriers. We also introduce shading seating areas, pedestrian priority streets, and semi-pedestrian environment to reduce traffic dominance. Additionally, we propose the construction of a new library on the adjacent empty plot, acting as a cultural and social catalyst for the neighborhood. Basically, our main target people are families with children, and what we want to achieve with these changes is to create pleasant space for parents to wait and make it safe space for children to stay. The plaza is organized into different zones: waiting area, play areas, sports zones, cultural spaces, and pedestrian corridors. A key element of the proposal is the green corridor, which connects nearby schools to a semi-pedestrian street leading directly to the plaza. This corridor provides a safe, shaded, and comfortable route for children and families, encouraging walking and daily use. Through the perspective view and plan, we show how the plaza becomes more open, visible, and connected. Pedestrian priority streets, continuous paving, and clear lines of movement allow the plaza to function as part of a large public space network rather than an isolated object. To achieve that, we introduced some buildings such as library, a cafe, and some commerce. A large part of plaza is dedicated to caregivers waiting for their children. Shaded tables with plugs allow them to rest, work, or socialize while waiting. The new library and reading areas provide cultural values and bring constant activity. A cafe supports everyday use and encourages longer stay. For children and teenagers, we included a playground, an auditorium, and sports area, ensuring the plaza remains active beyond school hours. Covered corridors, terraces, and pedestrian priority streets blur the boundary between buildings and public space. By reducing traffic speed and improving comfort, the plaza becomes safer and more inviting for all users. This project reveals how elevation, lack of activity, and poor visibility can deeply affect the safety and social life of a public space. The plaza was empty before. Playground wasn't used because of the unsafe environment and the presence of some undesirables that were living in between. The gap of elevation and the social center was present. By reconnecting the plaza to the ground, introducing new uses, and prioritizing pedestrians, the plaza becomes a place to stay, not just pass through. For the future, we want the plaza to be a welcoming space for neighborhood, especially for caregivers who wait while their children attend activities, a place to relax, meet others, and feel safe. We believe that plaza is not finished with this project. It begins when people start using it. Thank you.